Well, what are your thoughts? Should we cancel the subs contract and put that money into social housing, which is desperately needed? We've still got 219 bushfire victims living in tents, caves, in their cars, sleeping rough. It's just a disgrace. Should we put that money into social housing and have the feds have a 50-50 involvement with the states to get more public social housing built in the next 5 to 10 years? I think so. And also, we need to charge some back rent on Pine Gap. We need to charge some back rent on a certain nuclear navy base that the Americans are benefiting from in Perth, making Perth a target for the Chinese. Little wonder they circumnavigated the nation of Australia only a month or two ago. We are at risk. And in terms of an ally of America, well, so far this AUKUS arrangement is dragging its feet. I mean, the President of the United States, I love him dearly, by the way, but he doesn't even know anything about AUKUS. He had to be reminded what the acronym meant. He doesn't really, he hasn't committed to visiting Australia. He was invited recently to Australia, and in his last presidency, he did nominate the month of November that he'd visit us, and he didn't get around to doing it. But then again, so did Biden. He threatened to visit us and he cancelled at the last minute. Is Australia on the radar at all in the United States White House? I don't know, and I don't think so. I think if we are ever under attack, we'll be on our own. And this is why I believe Australia needs to do a Switzerland and declare its neutrality. We need to stop having Pine Gap here. We need to either charge back rent of $500 billion for all the unpaid rent that Pine Gap's been here, and we need to shut down the nuclear Navy base in Perth. We need to say, sorry, if you're going to charge Australia tariffs at 25%, after all we've done for you and all the wars we fought alongside you, America, well, sorry. Sometimes friends have to exercise a little thing called tough love. And the only thing Malcolm said that was right, the former Prime Minister of Australia, Malcolm Turnbull, that we do need to stand up for ourselves, and we need to explain to America what a fair go is all about. And many nations around the world are upset with America right now because tariffs are kicking in this week in the 2nd of April 2025. But anyway, I believe we should be a larrikin nation. We should stand up to America and just say, listen, cobber, fair suck of the sav, mate. You're not going to charge us 25% on all our Australian products going into America when our trade deficit is a surplus. We're actually in surplus with America. We're doing you guys a favour. This is not the way you treat friends. And Albo is not doing the right thing by his constituents, their Prime Minister, Albanese. He is shit scared. You should have seen him freeze up when some journalists asked him some tough questions in a press conference this week. It was like watching a deer in headlights. It was humiliating. And if Trump was shown that footage, we'd be a laughing stock, because that's supposed to be our Prime Minister. No one, and he's giving all this. He can't even get his words out correctly when he's asked, when are you going to call President Trump? He can't even give a straight answer. He just says, oh, this is a long drawn out process. This happens and that happens, and we've got to line up with what they're doing, and they've got to line up with it. It's so complicated to make a phone call to the President of the United States over serious matters. It's not leadership. If you can't stand the heat, Albo, you got to get out of the kitchen. And the fact of the matter is, you got to lead, follow, or get out of the way. Trump respects strong leadership, and we do not have a strong leader in Albanese. We will have a strong leader in Peter. I think Peter's going to be a fine Prime Minister. He's an ugly bastard, but I like him. He's got courage of his convictions. He's any man who's willing to stand up in front of TV cameras at press conferences with not a hair on his head and look like an ugly bastard has got my respect. He's been consistent, and he does want nuclear reactors around Australia, 2 in each state preferably. And that might take 25 years, but geez, they'll be built quicker than we get our first submarine from the United States, because they don't know how to build them. They have no clue. We're in bed with a moron, absolute moron. I'm not talking about Trump. I'm talking about the American nation. They don't know how to make subs. They've lost all their knowledge. They don't know how to build ships, and Trump has admitted that. It's all because of Biden and the stupid, idiotic Democrats over the last Democrat terms. There's Biden and the Obamas. They let everything go down the gurgler. Anyway, this is Lord Regs of Oz. My pronouns are Lord Protector of the Antipodes. Thanks for watching.